Hi crafty friends, and welcome back to my ocean blue series. Now in this series I have two separate projects that I'm making because in the first video I made two separate covers. One of them, this one, I'm going to make into a mini album, and then this one I'm going to make into a junk journal. You can follow whichever series you prefer. You can make them both if you really want to, but I'm going to have some videos for the journal and then some videos for the album. With the journal videos, I am going to be using some of my ocean blue papers, but I'm also pulling other papers, and I have a couple of digitals, so your papers will be a little different. But the idea is that you just pull things and you create a journal from the things that you have. I will be using, I believe I pulled 5 sheets of the ocean blue paper. So I have, the one with the cards on it. I've got the borders. I've got the ocean blue signature sheet. And then I've got this one, Capri, and I've got this one, Belize. So I'm going to be using these as accent pieces to make some decorations in my journal. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make the mini album. And when I have some leftovers and scraps from that, I will use some of those in the ephemera that I make for the journal. So I'm going to be flipping back and forth between these projects. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to make 2 of these books out of one of these keepsake kits, so I have to be careful of the paper. Now I also have the stickers and the ephemera. I will most likely use the majority of the ephemera in the album, and then I'll use the stickers probably in the journal because I don't tend to use a lot of stickers anyway. For the base pages of my journal, I pulled several different things. So from this is from Hobby Lobby. It's the Paper Studio. I got this years ago. I don't even know if they make it anymore, but I've pulled the different colors here. I've got some of the lighter parchment, some of the yellowy parchment. I'm hoping that once I put some stuff on this, it won't be too yellow. If it is, I will not use these papers. Then these ones are actually like a light green color, but when I put them with these papers, it actually looks a little bit more of like a light blue color, almost like this color here. So I decided that those would work okay. And then I've got some of this darker blue paper. Now this is 24-pound cardstock, so it's not super thick. And I'm going to use that just to add some of the darker blue color, since these papers here are more of that plain neutral color. And then I've taken some different digital kits that I have, and I've just printed, this is on regular copy paper because I will be doing different things with these. I've printed a variety of different sizes of things. I have no idea what I'm going to use all of these for, if I'm going to use all of them. Ephemera pockets, I'm not sure. I might end up not using some of the ones with the images. I was more concerned about the ones with these, just some pages, so that I had some different variety of pages in my journal. I've got them printed at different sizes. That way I will have different variations in pages. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to cut some of these. I'm going to rip some of these. I'm going to ink some of these. I'm going to tear some of the edges on my pages because I want it to look worn to match this cover. So for this one, I am using the one with that cracked spine. So I'm going to make sure that this one does look very worn and torn and ragged as I go. I'm going to prepare some of my pages next, and then I will come through next and show you what I did and explain so that you can kind of follow along. But again, remember the idea for this is not to create the exact same journal that I'm making. It's to take the ideas that I'm doing and try to recreate it with some of the things that you have in your own craft room. Now I'm going to show you how I get my torn edges look. I just use a regular ruler, and I am going to be making my pages about 6 3/4 inches. So I'm going to hold this firmly. I found it's easier to do standing up because I can put more pressure on the ruler. I just carefully tear, then move my hand to keep pressure on the ruler, and then I've got that tear line. I'm going to turn it over and do the same thing on the other side. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the ends. In my page, I'm trimming this one down to about 10 1/4 inches. All of my pages are going to be slightly different sizes, so I'm not making every single page this size. Now I'm going to take it to my scoreboard and score this at 5 1/8 inch. Once I have it scored, I can go ahead and fold this in half and then burnish this fold. And then I have my paper or my page with those torn ends. And I've done the same thing for some of these ones. And then these ones I did make smaller. That way when they're in a signature, you'll have different height of pages. So far, these are the pages that I have prepared. I've only got 3 signatures with my pages, but I may end up adding 2 more signatures just because when I put these in here, there's not a lot of them. And I'm going to be adding embellishments and stuff, so it will space these out further, but I think maybe having 5 would make this book fuller. But for now, I'm going to show you what I've got going on, because if I do add more signatures and pages, they'll be pretty similar. So I've got my different textures of paper. All the edges are roughed up on these ones. This one is straight. I've taken some of these little pieces and made some half pages. I've got a little bit of my paper here. I'm going to be doing some stenciling, I think, or some mixed media work on the insides of these pages, so they are blank. I've got this little half sheet that I will end up probably gluing here instead of tucking it in here. Taken this one and turned it sideways. I'm not sold on this dark blue paper. It's a little dark right now, but hopefully as I add some of the ephemera, that won't be so blaring in contrast. But if it is, I will just take that paper out. In the center of my signature, I'm planning on doing something with the ocean blue paper. I haven't decided yet, but I want something that's that'll make this pop and stand out. So it is pretty plain so far. I've got the back side of this paper. I've taken some of these and made some top corner tucks. Nothing is glued down obviously yet. I'm just kind of placing my papers so that I can move this around. And then for signature 2, I've decided to put this paper on the front so far. I've got another one of these that folds out. Another one of those little half pieces in here. Another one of those corner tucks. Taken this paper and I have a tab here, so this will flip out and then fold. So I'll be able to use the full sheet. This one I've created some folds on it, so it will actually end up being on the page like this. It will be folded into a pocket here, so a tag can go in and then it'll flip up so you can see that piece as well, and put some journaling or something behind it. Got another part of that half page. And then the end of that signature. Another one of those little pieces that are tucked. This is another one of those corner tucks, and it will be on this actual page, so you won't see these things on that back side when I actually put it on the page. Another one of those little half pages. And so that's it so far. What I'm going to do before I decide whether or not to add 2 more signatures, I'm going to ink some of these pages up. I'm going to add some laces and trims and different things, because that will also start to add some bulk. And then I will come back again and show you what my pages look like as I start adding more things. But at this point, it's really up to you. You can add as few or as many pages or as few or as many signatures as you choose for your book. It just really depends on the look that you're going for. I think with my laces on, it did give a little bit more bulk, so I'm not going to be adding more signatures to my book here because once I get ephemera in it, it will actually be quite a good size. So I just put my pages inside here so I could see how it spreads out. You can kind of see the look of the laces here, and I think it looks good. So I'm just going to flip through and show you some of the things that I've done just to give you some ideas. And I've got all this old lace that was given to me by my aunt that I've just played around with. I've made a pocket here on the front and then on the back side as well. I've just added some strips around on the sides, not on everything, but just on certain ones so that it would hang over the edges. I didn't want to cover up all of these ripped edges, so I had to be careful about that. And again, I will be adding the pieces from the graphic 45 paper, so I don't want to add too much too that's going to take away from that, but I just wanted to give a little bit throughout. So there is the first signature here. I might put something on the back of the signature. I haven't decided yet. This is the second signature, so I left the first page plain because it has that decoration. I added the trim to the second page. I just love this. Had that for so long and haven't used it on much, so I thought it looked good in here. Got some trim on the edge there. And then on the back page, or the second to last back page, I guess I should say, just like the front cover. So this one doesn't have much trim right now. I might come back later and add some just to make this one a little bit thicker, but for right now, I'm going to leave it as is. On this one, I've left it open so it can be a tuck spot if needed. I love that lace. This one also doesn't have a ton in it yet. I can always come back and add more later. I don't want to do too much because I want to also add some inking and stamping and stuff like that too. And then I've done the back pocket of this one like I did the front pocket of the first one. This one's a little bit looser, so I might come in here and glue this up a little bit to get it a little bit tighter. But I don't want to stretch the shape too far. So just giving you a little bit of a heads up about what it looks like so far with those laces on it before I start going ahead and making some ephemera pieces. I did decide to go ahead and use some stencils and stamps on my pages. So I've got some of my graphic 45 stamps. So this is, let me see if I have the set here. This one is the Script and Argyle. So that is, this one I didn't like the look of it, so I only used it in one place. And then this one, I love this one. And then this one is the floral one. And it's this one here, and it came with a set of two. So I just used a little corner of that. And then I used multiple stencils. This one is so old, I don't even know where I got it, either Hobby Lobby or Michael's probably. This is a Minte stamp that I used a lot of just for very subtle stamping. And then this, I thought this was going to look like a fishing net, but it really didn't, but I still used it. Just some subtle stamping on some pages and a lot more on others, just kind of depending. Some of this might be covered up and that's fine. I just wanted it to make my pages less plain. And so again, I just used that walnut stain ink that I used for my edges and just added stamping. It was not done neatly. I just went ahead and added this in here. I thought about using some texture paste, but I have not done that yet. I did add a piece of craft, a page of craft in each of my signatures just to give it a little bit more of a dark color. Possibly might go back and add more of those later if I want to, but I think one is enough for now. So no real rhyme or reason to this, just kind of adding a little bit more color. Again, darkening up the pages too because I want it to look worn. I did add some on the back here. Then the brightness is going to come in from the ocean blue paper is when I add my ephemera. So right now I'm just trying to get that base page for my signatures ready to go. Just gonna quick flip through for you here. This is that Minte stamp that's real subtle. I added multiple different stamps on the pages, so I stamped and stenciled. The only one I didn't do anything to was the blue. I think it was busy enough, and this one too. So those are my signatures, and I think this is where I'm going to stop this tutorial because in the next one I am going to start adding some different things to my ephemera. So I've got my papers here. I did cut all the cards out of this one. I think I'm going to start with these and make some journaling cards and things. I did grab also my box with beads, and I think I'm going to bring in some of these coppery ones. I might end up using some of these starfish, but they're quite large. Got some sea glass beads that would match. I've got these blue beads here. Haven't quite decided yet, but I am going to be adding some beads. I've got some pearl beads too, so I've got lots of choices here. I've got some seed beads, but I'm going to mostly focus on these cards and making some journaling cards. I'll be backing them probably with some of that craft cardstock to get a little bit of a darker feel to them, or that older look. Inking everything, adding some embellishments, and I might make some things like ball pens, and then I'm going to start working with some of these papers too, the ones that I have now. I've got these 4 sheets. I'm going to be cutting some of these borders and starting to make some things for my pages. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that video just to give you some ideas and different things that you can use for decorating your journal. As always, thank you for watching and happy crafting.